falling through the hustle, no frown, color bar. I be forever driving, no clutch. Got today hummer, cause I with the run town, color side. I see the haters live it when I'm front. I'm gonna be blocked, falling fast until I touch ground, color bar. I be forever driving, no clutch. Celebrate the hustle, cause there's money in the bag. Very soon I just be with the Honda in the jack. Parachuting high, I never falling through the cracks. Cause you should admire when I pull up in the stack. Confident in China, but my God, I be bright.
Hello my people, welcome again to another edition of MC Wine and Dine with a celebrity in the house. Like you rightly know, my name is MC McBabaafrika, and sitting right with me, it's a great man in the music industry. It's a man that I would like you to meet today, in case you've not met him, in case you don't know him. It's a great icon in music. I'll let him introduce himself so you can know who he is in person and what he does, his kind of music, and why we're actually here today. So over to you, sir. Thanks so much for coming. I appreciate you looking so pimped up, nice chairs.
Trying to be like you, MC McBabaafrika.
Wait see. No, they hype me. Now you be the guy. All right, so today, who exactly is Cyclo-Flo?
Yeah, so Cyclo-Flo is first of all a human being.
That's
obviously. Just a person like the next door neighbor, trying to find himself.
Okay.
Just enjoying the journey and just expressing my impressions musically. So long and short, Afrobeat hip hop artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Afrobeat and hip hop artist. That would take me to the next music, next question, which already answered. Like, how would you describe your style of music?
I think it's hard to fit me in a box, but based off my of an African descent,
okay.
So there's always the Afro element to it, right? So nowadays there are different branches of Afro that goes to Afro soul, Afro this, Afro that.
Okay.
Yeah, but the point is, personally, I feel they already break out from Afrobeat, and I'm a proud proponent of that. So based on the fact that I'm also heavily influenced by hip hop itself, and then of the African descent, so my songs spans across the different elements of that.
Oh, that's
right. So you
interesting.
pick up African influences, for example, from Nigeria. Some part of the songs you could hear some influences from East Africa.
Okay.
Then at the undertone in some songs you could hear like hip hop, like 90%, like core rap and the likes.
Yeah. That's good. So can you say you are a rapper, or you are an hip hop artist, or soul music singer, or all in one?
I'd say for the context of the interview, I'd say all in one.
All in one?
I'd say all in one. But predominantly a hip hop artist from African descent.
Okay.
But for this context, you can say all in one. All in one, guys.
All in one, guys.
So you can say my style of music is called Afro all in one.
That is true. That is great. So, Cyclo-Flo, how do you come about that name Cyclo-Flo?
Yeah, great question. So back in high school, back in high school, and when like I got introduced to the world of freestyle, then I was my whole focus was mostly like hip hop. Like then there was no Afro touch at the time, right? These were the times of, I'd say, Nas, KRS-One, those times. So when I got introduced into the world, so regardless of the beats that came through during the battles, I'd always be like slay everyone, regardless of the kind of beats. So
the king of the jungle.
So what happened was that it kind of be like, this guy na all-round flow.
Okay.
So in chemistry, we have the Cyclo logo that's kind of like all-round. So like, all-round flow, Cyclo. So like, Cyclo-Flo. So just kind of be like, right. So
wisdom.
Yeah, so that was
the
origin of the name, yeah. So Cyclo-Flo, and then of course the derivatives on the streets.
All right.
Like C-Flo or C-Flizzy or regardless. Well, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So if you are to put numbers to years now, like how long have you been in music industry?
Yeah, I always shy away from that question because it could make me look too old in the game, or it could make me look like, oh, okay, so what's been going on, right? But yeah, I could do the math. So I'd say I got introduced to music by my cousin TSK. Shout out TSK, my cousin.
Respect.
That was in '96.
Okay.
And then kicked off with a group, Cyclo-Flo and Dalo. Shout out to Dalo. Still doing the music in the United Kingdom.
That's
and
interesting.
so we did that project sometime in '99, I'd say, 2000.
Okay.
So that was our first taste into professional music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I broke off solo in 2004.
Okay.
So if we're talking about my solo journey,
Okay.
that would be, I'd say, from 2004.
2004 log to
Yeah,
2000.
I'm scared to do the math, but yeah,
Man,
let's say 2004.
You've paid your dues, I have to say.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, so now let's talk about what's pumping now. The real deal, nostalgia.
Yeah.
So, congratulations first
Thank you.
for that album. Man, I listened to the tracks, I'm like, boom! Now, this is what we want at this time, And personally, there's some tracks that I'm going to mention that actually caught my attention. But now let's start with, why the name Nostalgia?
Yeah, so looking at the original context of nostalgia, like just that feeling of missing, I'll put it that way. That feeling of missing. So I'd been away from the shores of Nigeria for like a pretty long time. And I kind of miss home. But at the same time, the state of home right now is not enduring enough for me to want to really go back to.
True.
So a lot of the elements I miss are not there anymore. So we talk about my friends, a lot of them I referenced in the album.
Okay.
They're not really home anymore. Everyone is in different countries, and all of that. And even the buildings, even the joints back in the days where boys would go hang out, those things don't really did there again much from based on calls back home.
I've been there today.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes, you just miss home, and that was it. And I really started getting kind of like, I would say homesick or nostalgic about 2 years back, and that was what really breaked the album, which has been a 2-year journey in itself.
Wow.
So that was the context of how nostalgia came around.
That's interesting.
As a result, shout out to everyone that's forging ahead in their respective countries or even outside the shores, right? So we're together. If you miss home, if you miss a time of your life, if you miss a certain event in your life, that's nostalgia is for you. It's a journey, really. So
seriously. And if you're just joining, this is One and Dine with MC McBabaafrika. And set with my great brother from another mother, Cyclo-Flo. We are talking about his new album that just dropped a few days ago. Still Hot and Beaming. If you've not heard it, please go to all the streaming platforms. Just type Nostalgia, Cyclo-Flo, and download. Please stream it, listen to it, buy it. You will love it. Every track in that album is a boom. So back to Cyclo-Flo. This song or this album, who are your targeted audience?
Specifically, the vision for Africans in diaspora.
Okay.
That was the core. I'd say that was the core audience. Then hopefully it speaks to anyone in anyone outside of their comfort zone or their home countries. But in the context of the music, the core audience are like Africans in diaspora.
Awesome. So if I'm talking about African in diaspora, that means currently you are not based in Nigeria, right?
No, I'm not.
So which part of the world are you now?
I'm Mayo, are we?
Sorry.
Yeah, so
no, I know where you are. I just want the audience to know where you're based now.
I was wondering whether we're using Zoom call or something. But yeah. So we're in Canada right now.
Oh, we are in Canada, like you said. And so, if I'm to say, let me just put you on the spot. I'm sure my audience will want to say, can you just give us a freestyle? Let me give you a title, a word that I just wanted to freestyle on. What can I give you now? Let's just say government.
Yeah, the thing is, I could use government, right? But then we'll have to discover what is the component.
Just think of anything out of the box. Whatever you want to freestyle about government.
See, he interrupted me because from government I was already freestyling about the component that made the government.
Oh, okay, so freestyle.
But then you have to go again to keep me as the proponent. But
Okay,
then it's okay. But we could go on and then I have an album, so I don't want to go into a new song, right?
Oh my God! This is wisdom. Thank you, bro. So now back to nostalgia. There's this track that I really want to know where it came from. And that is the Monanja Boy. Oh boy, that song took me back home. Like I miss being in Nigeria. Kudos to all my family and friends back in Nigeria. It actually took me back home and feel like I'm far from that country, but at the same time I'm still in the country. So how did you come about that song, and what's the inspiration behind the Niger Boy?
Yeah, so great question. So before I go deeper, even though I created the record, I still say shout out to the song, right? That Boy, shout out to Naija Boy. Yeah, dope song. So yeah, I think for me that was the first record I made of the album, and it was at the time more for me like therapy. Right, more for me like therapy, like just it wasn't difficult to make, but it was healing for me.
Okay.
Right, you know, sometimes everything gets intense, and then you just want to take a long drive, and then it's that Nigeria Boy on repeat. And at the time, I didn't know it was going to grow into an album.
Okay.
I just figured, okay, this was a song, and it was nice, and then had conversations with the names mentioned in the song or reference to the song.
So yeah, I remember you mentioned some names.
Yeah, I talked about Nigga. Shout out to everyone. So shout out Mama Chichi. And shout out to
food seller.
Yeah, shout out to Momo. Shout out to DJ FX, Lizzy, Big Splash, Muyiwa, Dumpy Skylar, and Cyrus the Virus, and Stoner. Like tons. So it was like folks. It's kind of.
Seriously, they did that track really. And another track that I love man is that Kalo. JJ. I can keep mentioning names, bro. That one bar,
Thanks, Baba.
If you've not listened to that song, you really need to. I keep saying this. The track is 150% tight. The music, the sound, the beats, everything is on point. I don't know. It's just like all cooked up with Maggi and salt and a little bit of wishy as it may be. So please, like I said, go to all streaming network, our streaming websites, YouTube, Tubidi, what do we have again?
Anyone.
It's all there. Just type Cyclo-Flo. And Nostalgia is the name of the album, and believe me, you will love it. And while we wrap up this interview, is there anything you want to say to your audience out there, to your fans, to family and friends?
Yeah, sure. So for those that have been riding with me and pushing me to this point, I say thank you. It's been an amazing journey. A nostalgic one now. That's the milestone we are. So hopefully we keep on the journey as we keep figuring out ourselves individually. And for those that just meeting me right now, I'd say nice to meet you. And just hop on the nostalgic journey and then go along. Any ideas, I'm a DM away regardless of the platform.
That reminds me, bringing me to the platform you just mentioned. So if your fans want to reach you, what are the social media handles that they can reach you on? Instagram, on Twitter, Facebook, on TikTok?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much, I and my team, we're pretty much active the social media verse, and most recently on TikTok as well. So Cyclo-Flo, you search that to get me everywhere across. I think TikTok will be the real Cyclo-Flo, because so I think that's the name on TikTok.
I think what I'm going to do, I'll put all his social media handle on the screen so you guys can follow him up. is actually the man of the time and the season. It's been a brother and a friend, and I really, really love you. Cyclo-Flo, thank you so much for coming on to the show. And as we'll go, please, I'll leave a word with you. Be nice, be good, be friendly. Say no to poverty, say no to bad habits, say no to bad spirits, okay? So what's next after nostalgia? Still working on something?
Right now celebrating the wins, grateful for the reviews,
okay,
and working on a couple of videos from the singles coming out as due to fan favorites, and after that we'll prepare the North American tour.
You hear that?
Yeah, so we're coming to a city near you. And so we're kicking off the North American leg. Then we'll go to Africa, we'll go to Europe. So we're coming to a city near you.
Stay tuned. I will keep you on the know of all his movements. So if you want to follow him back to back, bumper to bumper, stay tuned to this channel. I always update you on every information on how to get a ticket and how to book your ticket and all that. Thank you so much for today, for coming online today. And I appreciate you all. See you next time. Bye.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks.
Whoa. You're tight.
Finish work.